How's it going, everybody? It's Captain D. This is the second Microsoft Flight Simulator review video. In this video, I'm taking a look at 10 of the international high-detailed airports. I just picked 10 of them at random. You can see the list here. What I did is I taxi around each airport to the runway, we do a takeoff, come back, do a low approach, look around, and come back and land. Some airports I spent a little more time than others. It's really just to get a look at the scenery. I stayed in the 152 and the flying is, let's just say, not perfect, because a lot of it I was trying to do from the outside view. So don't chastise me about my pilotage on this video. There will be plenty of future videos with that opportunity. Hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so here we are pulling onto the runway at Saint Bart's. The audio got screwed up in this recording, so I'm just kind of doing a narrated voiceover. So Saint Bart's, it's an absolutely stunning looking airport. The buildings look correct. There's the beach, as you'll see here as we lift off. I think it would have been cool if they would have put some people on the beach there. And then the water, as usual, just looks absolutely fantastic. And then we got a cruise ship over here docked offshore. And we're going to make a turn here and we're going to come back around and do a low approach over the airport and get a nice overhead view. And all of my settings in this video are set to the high end, not quite ultra. Like I said in the intro, I did a lot of the flying in the external view, so some of the airmanship is not great. Here we are coming along the side of the airfield. Now these are just general flybys. If you really want to explore more of the airport, I recommend just downloading the sim and checking it out for yourself. And here we are, turning final. We're going to go ahead and land. Some sporty pilotage there. So that's our quick look at Saint Bart's. Alright, here we are at the second airport, TNCS, Juancho y Urasquin Airport in the Caribbean. Has the shortest commercial runway in the world, and you'll see why it's short. This part of the video I elected to go ahead and just start at the takeoff roll. Wasn't really paying attention to my rudder, so this takeoff is just a little wonky. And here we are lifting off just before the edge of the runway. Then we cut back in here on our turn back towards the airport. Due to the performance of the 152 in Microsoft Flight Simulator, I elected to stay above and out over the water instead of negotiating rising terrain. I didn't spend a whole lot of time looking at this airport. There's not a whole lot of special features or anything. It's just interesting geographically, and thought it was worth a short mention. Another turn to the left here, just get another look at the airport, and then we'll go ahead and transition to our final. I edited out some of this because I actually had to do 2 or 3 passes to get the best angle for lining up on final approach. And then I thought it would be cool just to keep the tires like right above the rocks and come down right on the runway. But slow flight in this 152 is a little bit wobbly, so it didn't quite work out as planned. We had a good firm touchdown, and then I'm immediately hard on the brakes so we don't run off the edge of the runway. Well, that was cutting it close. Alright, so here we are at the Sirena Aerodrome in Costa Rica that is actually in a national park. So this airport's kind of cool. I'm already at the runway here, but that's the little I guess visitor center for the park. And then some other buildings over there. We'll get a better view when we overfly. But first, I'm going to change the weather, because we want to be able to enjoy the scenery. Alright, there we go. Clear skies. That made the grass look kind of funky. Interesting. Alright, so we're going to advance full power. And we will release the brake. There's a bump there. Wow. Maybe we should have Started our takeoff rollback there a little bit. That's why you always get out and walk the strip if it's a grass strip before you take off. Alright, we're airborne. We'll stay away from the trees here. And we'll start a left turn. I think when we come back to land, we're going to land the other way. Because there ain't nothing but trees there. And a beach. So some cool little buildings there. Not a whole lot to look at, but a cool backcountry kind of strip nonetheless. And there you have it, the Sirena Aerodrome in Costa Rica. Alright, so our next airport is, I'm just going to call it Rio de Janeiro instead of butchering the actual name of the airport. We're going to stick with the 152. Alright, so from where we're at right here, we can't see much. It's just a couple of hangars and a ramp. Alright, so we finally made it to the runway. So I guess there is some better buildings over there that I didn't notice taxiing up. Big hangar of some sort. So there's a lot more to the airport over here. Alright, we'll make another pass around the airport. Well, a little right of center line, but not bad. Alright, so that's the airport at Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Alright, so this is our next airport here. MHTG Toncontín Airport in Mexico. Not exactly sure how you say that, but anyways, it's a big airport in Mexico. Good static aircraft, ground crew, airport buildings, pretty much standard for all of the major airports that we've seen. Nothing too special at this airport, so this one is rather short. I really didn't have much to say. I wasn't overly impressed. I mean, it's a nice airport, but as they say, nothing to write home about. Alright, so here we are on the takeoff roll. Again, for some reason the audio got screwed up on this recording, so I'm just doing a voiceover for it. It's a major metropolitan area, so lots of buildings, some pretty cool terrain there. But again, nothing too special. So I didn't spend a whole lot of time at this airport. Right about here, we're going to make a real sharp turn and dive bomb it in for a pretty cool low pass. Fly this 152 like a fighter jet. And that concludes our low pass. So now we circle back around and do a full stop landing. Alright, so here we are, short final. A little high. Just a little, not a lot. Plenty of runway, so it doesn't matter if we floated a little bit. There we go, almost on center line. And there you have it. There is Toncontín Airport. I'm probably saying that wrong. This is Shanghai Airport. This is probably my favorite airport out of all the ones that I did. I just thought the scenery was absolutely fantastic. Alright, so here we are at our next airport, Shanghai Airport in the town of Shanghai in Peru. Really a desert environment out here. 4,000 feet, so we're in the hills. If I can maneuver the camera here, there's the runway out there. So this actually could be rather tricky. The runway itself is only about 1,000 feet. Alright, we're gonna start our takeoff rollback here because this is such a short runway. We'll go full flaps. Takeoff power, we're holding the brake. Full power. Well, as much power as we're going to make here. Full power. Release the brake. I don't think we're going to make it. There's 40 knots. There's 50 knots. Oh yeah, we'll make it. Alright, well I don't think we're going to do the traditional circuit here. Oh, that's a river. That's cool. So yeah, this is actually pretty cool. I'm rather impressed. When I was reading the little description of the airport, I thought, well, this is probably just some jungle strip somewhere that wasn't expecting this. I'm rather impressed. That was sporty. Alright, there's no real turn off here, so I guess I could have turned those lights on before. Smith International in Sydney, Australia. Hey, look at that. I managed to turn around without killing any ground crew. We're getting better. So we've got what I think is the international terminal here. There's always some vehicle running across the runway. Well, always get the wing rock, and I'm not sure why. It's frustrating. Alright, so we'll do a low pass here and take a look. Still really just another international airport. I mean, it looks nice, but some of these terminal buildings and airport buildings look pretty cool. Here's the other terminal. And then what looks like some hangars and other airport buildings. Kind of a crazy looking tower up there. See the spiral staircase around it. And what looks like a shipping dock over here with red, white, and blue shipping cranes. And there you have it. That is Sydney Airport. Alright, and now we will move on to our final airport in this video, which will be Billy Bishop Toronto City Airport. Alright, so this is our final airport in the video, Toronto City Center, also known as Billy Bishop. I fly out of this airport quite often in X-Plane. Alright, so the first look outside, we of course have our very stoic ground crew as usual. And we can see the city buildings and the, I think that's the Siena Tower there. Don't quote me, I'm not Canadian. Alright, let's see. Are we going to be able to get out of this parking spot without assassinating a member of the ground crew? Alright, we'll just depart runway 26 and take a look around. Alright, so this is a smaller airport, still got a very nice terminal building, and we'll take a look at the city here. I mean, they got the shape of the building right, but in my opinion, it just doesn't look that good. Maybe if I turn my settings all the way up to ultra, it would look better. I don't know. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Horrible landing. Well, I did learn something. I don't fly very well in the external view. As far as difference from before and the patch, in this airplane I don't notice anything. It's about the same. Well, that concludes this video on the higher detail international airports within Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. I hope you have all enjoyed the video. Until next time, see you later. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please remember to like and subscribe. And stay tuned for all the future videos of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020.